Hey, fellow Aristopians, stay cool. Yeah, very impromptu video because the new Omega Planet Ocean has dropped. I'm going to take off my Casio Oceanus, which I love, and pop my Generation 3 blue dialed Planet Ocean on. Now, what's wrong with this watch? What's wrong with the Generation 3? I think there's a couple of things. The bezel track is too narrow and it has a date. But other than that, I think it's pretty much perfect. It has a lovely lug width. I should get the calipers out and measure that actually, because there's a lot of I don't know where they've gone. Anyway, I think it's 22mm lug width. But it's a bigger die. It's 43.5mm. But yeah, there are a couple of things. I think the helium escape valve, suits the Planet Ocean very well. And he's looking up thinking, should I have a light on for this? Let's see if I can. I can't be bothered to do the video again. But what I might do is plug the light in so that it's a little bit better lit. There we go. Is that better? But yeah, no watch is perfect. There's a lot. This is probably as near to a perfect watch as I can get, even though the bezel track is too narrow. Looks very Christopher Ward, who copied this. And it's got a date, which it shouldn't have, because it should have a number 3 there. And here we have I'm very lucky. I'm a lucky boy. I've got an ultra deep, which doesn't have a date, so it's got a 3. I mean, why would you have Arabic numerals at 12, 6, and 9? Surely, if you're going to have them, you've got to have 12, 3, 6, and 9. Just not have a date. Anyway, so that fixed it. That is something that's on the new Planet Ocean, which is great because it doesn't have a date. Where was I? What was the other thing? So bezel track and date. So yeah, the bezel track on the Ultra Deep is thicker. It's thicker because this can go down to 6,000 meters. So it's the deeper that the watch can go. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh, I don't want to go in a swimming pool." But if the watch can do it, it's going to have an increasingly smaller dial area with a very, very domed. Both of these have domed crystals. And the new one has a flat crystal. Another thing that's not that great about it. But yeah, so that's why this has this kind of, I think the lug width on this is too small. I think this is 22 actually, which is the same as this, which doesn't make really much sense being that this is a bigger watch. But anyway, so the proportions are a bit off. The proportions are off on the new Planet Ocean 600 meters. I don't think it's the new Planet Ocean 600 meters. I think it's just basically a smaller ultra deep. That's all it really is. So Omega, I've got a lot to say about this because I'm a massive Planet Ocean fan. I know you guys all think I'm a Rolex fanboy, but I am a massive Planet Ocean fan. What did Omega mess up on this? I've already mentioned the lug width's a little bit too small. I've mentioned that in the video I did about it. In comparison, weirdly, I just happen to have my deep sea on the desk because I wore it the other day and I couldn't be bothered to, it takes about an hour to get it back in the safe because I've got to go through all those protocols. What's those Tom Cruise movies? Oh, yeah, Mission Impossible. It's like Mission Impossible getting the safe open and closed. But so the Planet Ocean, the Ultra Deep is much bigger than the Deep Sea. But I've got another watch over there that's even bigger than both of them, which is quite funny. And there's a reason that I made the effort to get that one out. Where was I? What did they do wrong on this? I said what they did wrong. Oh, that's right. So they did a couple of things wrong on this. The bezel track's too small and it's got a date. So then the Ultra Deep came out. Bezel track is obviously quite chunky because it's a very deep watch. 6'10", 10 times the depth of the planet ocean, 600 meters, obviously, and this is the planet ocean, 6,000 meters, but we all call it the ultra deep. So yeah, it's going to have those weird kind of, small dial with a big thick crystal, big, and it's going to be, the case is going to be big, so they've got to beef that up with a big bezel track. But the new Planet Ocean, because I don't edit anything and I haven't bothered to get any pictures, I'm sure you've seen a picture of it. But the new Planet Ocean basically just looks, the 600 meters basically just looks like this. So they've gone from a really thin bezel track to a really thick bezel track without any need, because it's just visual. It's just aesthetics. And what they should have done was just made it a little bit bigger, not this much bigger. So that's why it's not a Planet Ocean 600 meters. It's now a small Planet Ocean 6,000 meters, if that makes sense, if you know what I mean. So I think it's a bit of a miss. But what they messed up on with this was, so on the big thing for me about the third gen Planet Ocean is that it's got a curved bracelet. It's visually curved, and it looks stunning. It's also, I think it's 22mm on a 43.5mm case. Proportions are really good. It is really thick, but I quite like that hockey puck thickness. I think the proportions on this are great. I think I've already said that it's the only Amiga that should have a helium escape valve. And what they did on this, they flattened the links. They're just flat. So, I thought when they bring out the new Planet Ocean, which they've now done, that was going to have flat links as well. Not only does it have flat links, it has a flat crystal. I think the only reason they flattened the crystal is to keep the thickness down, because they wanted to have, which I think is a real shame, because they put a not as nice crystal on it just to gain a part of a millimetre, statistic in the thickness, because they wanted to say, oh, it's much thinner now. But I don't like it much thinner. I obviously like thicker hockey puck watches. There you go. So overall, when I've made some comments about what they were going to do with the new Planet Ocean, and I thought that they would basically copy some things from the Ultra Deep, i.e. the look of it and no date, which they have, and that's great. But now they've put this, so they worsened the bracelet from the Planet Ocean Gen 3 to the Ultra Deep, and now they've worsened it even further for the Planet Ocean Gen 4, because they've given it this kind of Seiko Samurai kind of look. So the whole thing's even flatter than this one. Someone called these a D-Link. I mean, they're not D-Link. He's someone that I respect in the watch world. But these are not D-Links. They are not Ds. They are oval. But they've got a curve to them. So can you imagine, why is that light gone out? Can you imagine, what's going on? What's going on? Oh, this is going to be a long one, but I'm only doing it once. There we go. Can you imagine having not only the D-Link, but getting that curvature? So it's kind of a D, it's an oval here, but then it has to increase in height towards the middle. And I'm guessing, I think actually the middle ones are flat. But the overall kind of thing is curved. And, everything's very curvy. I think that it just suits, turning right around, I think it just suits this watch really well. The new one, it just, I don't know. It just, you go from a super modern, and guys say that, the Amiga fanboys say, oh, well, it's harking back to a Planet Ocean from back in the day. The case and the bracelet are, but but the dial and the bezel are as modern as an Amiga gets, because they look like a ultra deep dial and bezel. Yeah, so it's just a bit of a mess. But the funny thing, the last thing that I want to rant about is that so I've got a Planet Ocean 600 meters here. I've got the Planet Ocean 6,000 meters. What I also own is the Tissot 2,000 meter. The Tissot Seastar 2,000 meter Pro. And the funny thing about that is that it's got polished center links. And the new Planet Ocean has polished centre links. And nobody likes polished centre links. They really don't. Even I don't like polished. The only reason that you have polished centre links is because this watch is different to this watch, and this watch, and this watch, and pretty much most other watches that I own. It's just a point of difference. It's just like, oh, well, it's got... So links. I think the only I like center links on this because it's a pretty wacky looking. So this is Tissot's version of the 600 meter Planet Ocean. They're both 600 meter watches basically. It's nowhere near as good looking. It's nowhere near as good, as well proportioned, but it was a fraction of the cost. And it's got a really nice dial. I'm not really into textured dials, but I do like that one, and I do like a fade. I do like a fade on the dial. I wish I could have got the James Cameron Deep Sea, which is why I really wanted the James Cameron homage that is the Omega Ultra Deep with that fade and those lovely colours and stuff. But yeah, why did they do that? Why did they put polished centre links on the new? What? So... They got rid of the doming, they got rid of the curvature, and they polished the centre links. I mean, it's like they were really trying very hard to mess this watch up when all it really needed... Oh, the other thing they did that I'm not too keen on, because the dial's smaller in comparison to the bezel, the indices, the loomed indices are just too long and thin. Personally, I think if you're going to shrink the dial, shorten the indices. But, you know, I'm really kind of being very analytic about this now. And the other thing they should have done, they should have kept the helium escape valve. I do like that the new one has crown guards. I do like a recessed crown, which this is on both of the crown and the helium escape valve. I do kind of like that they've put crown guards on the new Planet Ocean 600. They're not the most... The whole case is just a mess. The case and bracelet are just a mess. But they could have put really, really nice looking crown guards on. They could have also then kept the helium escape valve and put crown guards on that. We wouldn't need crown guards, would it? It would be helium escape valves. I'm not sure why that light keeps going off. It would be helium escape valve guards, which I don't think any watch has ever had. Why not? Why do you want to guard that one and not that one? It makes no sense. So on this one, they I don't think it's I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Is there any watch that has guards on the... There aren't. Well, it's basically going to be an Omega, isn't it? So yeah, no one has a manual helium escape valve these days. Even the Tissot has an automatic helium escape valve. So yeah, I don't know. I think that yeah, it's a bit of a beast. But yeah, you know, it wasn't expensive. You know, and I like Tissot. But yeah, I don't know. I just think this is... I forgot. Oh, where's a glove? I just think this is still the daddy. I think the 300, the Planet Ocean 600 meters in blue is still the daddy. It's got a quick set hour hand. I'm not sure if the new one does, because it doesn't have a date. So yeah, but it could still do with a quick set hour hand. I'm trying to... yeah, I mean, only the 43.5mm has the quick set. The 38mm doesn't have that. I think it's the only thing that the 38mm has that's different in the movement, other than... Obviously, it's different movement, but it's the only thing that's different on the 38mm, which didn't get a lot of love. You know, a lot of people say, oh, I want a smaller watch. But no one really gave the 38mm a lot of love. Namely, the authorised dealers that never stocked it. Yeah, and YouTubers that never promoted it. I think it was basically a ladies' watch. It was a ladies' Planet Ocean. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe the new one will get more traction. It's getting a lot more traction on YouTube. So maybe it will get... I personally think that I own the two best ones. And the new Planet Ocean is not a replacement for this, but it is a watch that fits in the middle of these two. That is it's an interesting thing. It'll look good, and it's like I mean, this is blue, this is black with a bit of blue. Maybe the orange one would be something that I would want, because I wasn't going to buy the orange one in this. I wasn't going to buy the orange one in that, or the blue one, or whatever. But maybe if I did get a fourth generation Planet Ocean, I might look at some orange stuff. I think the thing that would stop me doing that is the cost. It might be one of those ones that maybe I might buy in the future as a used watch, because even with the discount that I would expect, I'd expect a minimum 15% discount on any new Omega. But even then, it's still very, very expensive. I paid less than £5,000 for this and less than £10,000 for that. So, yeah, I just can't afford it these days. If I could afford it, I don't know. I might. If I could afford it, I would still find it too expensive. It would still be. It wouldn't be a financial thing. It would be I can't do it. I cannot give that much money. When I paid less than £5 for that and less than £10 for that, I don't know that I could do. The prices have just gone up so much these days that it doesn't make much sense to me. I might as well just keep these, and the stuff like I'm not flexing, but the Sea Dweller. It's difficult to integrate a modern Omega into these watches because these hold so much more value than a modern one would. Probably no. But yeah, I do like the orange. I mean, it's growing on me. It's been less than 24 hours since I've seen the new Generation 4 Planet Ocean 600 meters. It is growing on me, and I really do want to see one in the flesh. But I'm glad that I've always said that they cannot improve on the Generation 3 Planet Ocean, and I think I've been proved right, especially if you're lucky enough to have an Ultra Deep, because you can't mix these two together and create something that's better than having both. That's just how, the new one's just a bit of a mess in my opinion, but, a lot of watches are a mess these days, so it's the best of a bad mess. I think, but I haven't seen one in the flesh. I'm going to go and see one soon. As soon as I can get my hands on one, I'm going to pop it on my wrist and see what I think. But yeah, I hope this very long video. I hope there's been some interest there. I think most YouTubers are kissing the butt of the new Omega. Watch Yourself George is the only YouTuber that is basically saying it as it is, and that's why I support his channel financially, because he says it how it is. As soon as he stops saying it how it is, I'll stop my financial support. But the guy just does, and everyone else is, oh, isn't it great? Isn't it great? Oh, look, give me some likes and hits. Oh, I want some money from this. They're basically just influencers. Whereas Watch Yourself George says it how he sees it, as I do, but I don't make any money. I know I've got like over 1,000 subscribers. I've just been too lazy to monetize, so I don't get any money from this. I tell you how it is. If you don't like it, you can do one. And but hopefully you do. Hopefully you've got something from this near 20 minutes of ramble. Sorry it's been a long one, but I am very, very passionate about the Planet Ocean range of Omegas. Omega is my favourite watch brand of all. Rolex don't even get in the top 3. It's basically Omega, Seiko and Casio, Seiko Corp and Casio, and then Rolex comes fourth. But you guys probably think something different today. You probably think, I'm a Rolex fanboy. But anyway, yeah, no, Casio first, Omega, Seiko Corp, then Rolex. Boom, I'm out of here. Peace, guys.